Hello and welcome to This Is the Day Show. I'm your host, RJ Cole.
And I'm Nancy Cole.
Our special guest this week is my wonderful wife. You ready to get down to business?
Yes.
Let's do it. All right. So thank you for tuning in to another episode. Our show is also on video. You can find our videos on Rumble and on YouTube. Our podcast can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also on iHeartRadio. If you like our show, we would ask that you subscribe, follow, and also write us a wonderful 5-star review. We do have a few ways for you to interact with us. You can email our show at thisisthedayshow@gmail.com. We can also be found on X at thisisthedayshow without the W, and on Facebook by searching for This Is the Day Show. Our podcast providers have given us some new features. If you'd like, you can text our show. Select the episode that you're about to listen to, look on the top left of the episode, and it will say send us fan mail. Click on that link to send us a message, and now you can also send us a voicemail. We also reply to your messages. Feel free to send any questions, feedback, or interest that you may have for us. Thank you for the continued promotion and support for our show. And here we go. So, as we always start off stuff, I will ask Fred or you.
Okay.
What's a good summary of your week? How did your week go?
I had a good week. It was busy. I actually wrote everything down so I wouldn't forget. So, we'll just start off with Monday. Monday, we went on a run, which I started doing, and it was brutal, but we got through it. We had a lot of family time. Tuesday, took the kids to the park, ran again. It was brutal, but I got through it. And, it's been 85 or something like that, so it's been super hot.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, I got my nails done with my girl Larissa.
Because that's what's important.
Yes, that is a necessity. And I got my nails done. Just kind of hung out at the house. Thursday, so it would have been yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom spent the night. I got groceries. That was fun.
And why did she spend the night?
She spent the night because Papa was out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And she promised Xiomara a sleepover. So,
the girl got a sleepover with Grandma.
Yeah, and she was very, very excited. I mean, it was nonstop.
She's been talking about it for, a week or two now?
Yes, and she kept asking me, is it almost time yet? Is she almost here yet? Is she almost here yet? No, it's not going to be till, after supper kind of thing when she got there. And she did. It was a little chaotic when she got there, but it was a fun time. And
she had a menu planned that included all the fast food chains. There was just vegetables along with chips, and it sounded disgusting, but she was ready to go.
Yeah, she was. And so that was a good time. She stayed up a little bit later than I would like her to, but that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then earlier today, we went to go finish getting our nails done. So that was fun. Got my toes. So I'm ready for the summer. Nana got her nails done, and Xiomara picked her nails too, which she's been really into getting her nails done, and I can't say no to that, Just
right, and as we've spoken, whenever she wants to do really girly stuff, we want to
encourage it.
It's a good word, yes.
Yes.
So I'm happy she got her nails done,
yes.
And so did Mom.
And she was very excited. So she got gold and glitter.
Of course.
And it matches her hands and her toes. So it looks so cute. But now I have to remind her not to be chewing on her nails because, then there goes my money, right? Or I should say our money, right? So that was kind of it. And then we just came home. We ran to the store. We saw some friends today, so that was exciting. And I just waited for you to get home.
Yeah. It's a busy week.
It is a busy week. I like to keep myself busy. I'm a stay-at-home mom who doesn't really want to stay home, so I'm always doing stuff with the kids. So
that is the joke around the house that
Yes.
it will kill her if she has to actually stay at home.
I am a people person. I don't like to be alone. I enjoy.
You got 2 little ones. They're all the people you need.
I know, but I like adult interaction is what I really need and sometimes miss. So
Yeah.
I'm thankful I have people that I can go to their house and hang out or,
Other stay-at-home moms.
Yes.
Yeah.
So shout out to those stay-at-home moms and it was busy, but it was good and just, I like keeping the household busy, I guess. It's good for me. How was your week?
My week was pretty good. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think. We had some plans fall through this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Got some good one-on-one family time. 2 weeks in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been awesome. I am thankful. And Monday I had the day off of work. We got to hang out Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the week's kind of a blur because everything was just thrown off by the time off. Yes. So I just know I worked. I don't think it was any more crazy than usual. Everything was fine. Except for me pulling my nerve in my neck.
Yeah.
That was the only weird thing this week, I feel like.
And how did you feel like that happened?
So I felt like I slightly pinched it last week sometime. And then when I was doing chest workouts, which is odd, I think I just moved it in the wrong way and then it did it bad.
Did you know at that moment, ooh, something's wrong?
I knew that I did something, but I was just like, I'm not stopping. I'm going to finish.
Right.
Because at that point, it's not going to matter either way. So, luckily, you helped fix that a little bit.
Oh, good.
Yes, I can move my neck now, so that's awesome. Had that, and then had my little volunteer thing that I do before the show, and that went well. And so pretty good week overall.
Oh, yeah. And you enjoyed your cheesecake that Ziamara and I made?
I did.
Yes.
Nothing is better than cheesecake.
Yes, it was an Oreo cheesecake, and I saw the recipe on TikTok, and I didn't know if it was gonna be a flop or not, and
Right.
I guess it turned out okay, so that's good.
Which has surprised me because she usually makes individual cheesecakes in a muffin pan, tin, whatever,
Yeah.
and those are just really bomb every time. And so it really threw me off that you made a big one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was good. Cool. So first action I want to bring up really quick is our primaries. We talked about this last week. We have primaries coming up on June the 2nd here in Iowa. So I'm just reminding you guys to get out to vote. As a citizen, this is the least you can do. So you should be getting out and voting for your primaries. We had Texas last week. It was nice to see John Cornyn not getting to continue his job anymore. I was sad to hear that Chip Roy didn't get the job. All I can say is if I can give any endorsement whatsoever coming up for Tuesday for any Iowans that are on the fence, I, of course, would have said Adam Steen. Vote that way. That's my guy. Mm-hmm. But if anything else, please do not vote in Feenstra. That's all I got to say. So that's it for that.
Cool.
You ready to jump onto the main topic?
Yes, I am ready.
So the main topic is, while Fred's away, we get a play, right? No, it's we figured, why not talk about marriage? We actually both kind of went off to our own thing. We're trying to think of what we should do for a show.
Yes.
And she talked with one of her friends, and then I just thought about it at work, and then when we talked about it, we agreed on marriage.
Yes.
So thought that'd be really cool to get my wife's perspective on things. Mm-hmm. It's usually an all-guy show, so
yay!
It's not all lady listeners, though. So ladies can definitely get more representation and stuff.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when we got married?
Yes. December 31st, 2016.
There you go. And we never looked back, right?
That's right.
It'll be 10 years this year.
Question.
Yes.
Do you remember where we chose our wedding date?
It was at a food place, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so was it Culver's?
No, it was Buffalo Wild Wings. And
man, that place is awful.
Yeah, no, it used to be so good, and now it's just, it's bad. But we asked the waitress, because I don't remember if it was your dad or somebody had asked, what do you have it was like on a Sunday, we went out to lunch. Oh, like
a date in mind?
Yeah. And so they were like, do you have a date in mind? And we said no. And then, you're like, we should really, pick a date
Figure
or whatever.
It out.
Yeah, before it gets too late. And so we asked a waitress, I vividly remember this, for a calendar. She handed us like this, I don't know, it looked like she found it on the floor. It was just really beat up.
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh, well, we can, and then we were looking at different dates. So we ended up.
Which is funny because we probably had our cell phones in front of us that had calendars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just a little fact there.
And that ties in very well because there was 3 reasons why we wanted to get married when we got married. So the first one would have been we talked to our pastor, and he thought it best that we just have a shorter engagement.
Yes.
Should I spell it out? You have 2 young people. You don't want them to fall into temptation or sin, so don't have a long, drawn-out engagement. We'll leave it at that. Right. Secondly, we chose December 31st or New Year's Eve because it's a holiday, so we were trying to get some time off, like every year, that we don't have to worry about trying to take a day off.
And that was really nice when when I worked too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it worked out perfect.
And then lastly, it's not New Year's Eve that they're celebrating, but they're celebrating us every year. Right. So it's all about us, New Year's Eve. What else could we ask for?
Yes.
So, so I don't know if you would have guessed this, but for those of you, audience, who didn't know, in 2025, October was the most popular month for getting married. I wouldn't have chose that personally. What would you have thought? Would you have thought it October?
No, I actually would have thought maybe June or something. That's
summer. When I would have thought, or spring.
Yeah.
It makes sense for October. I feel like because then it's starting to get colder, but not too cold. So you guys can have your dress on, and then the guys can have their full out suits and stuff and be okay. And then the bugs would be died down a little bit.
Yeah, and I also thought venue wise, right? If you want to do it outdoor or whatever people do nowadays. That's kind of my take on that. And people would kids are out of school, that kind of thing, so maybe they'd be more flexible in taking time off, I don't know, something like that. So I personally thought summer, early summer was kind of my thought.
Yeah, I would have thought of June. So then I want to do another fun question. All right, so I got the list of top 5 holidays to get married on according to weddingwire.com. So before you saw this list, what would you have thought might have been 1 and 2?
Christmas, number 1.
Okay.
I guess, do I have to say why I thought that?
No, you don't have to. If you want to, you can.
Well, I thought Christmas because everybody would already be in town for the holidays, right? And, people would have that day off, that kind of thing. But my second was 4th of July because I could see a lot of, really good, pictures or that kind of thing. Plus, fireworks.
I didn't even think about that.
That's kind of my thought on that.
I would not have thought about that. Fireworks would... Because here in Iowa, you can shoot fireworks off on New Year's Eve as well, but it's 30 degrees or below that, so nobody's really shooting off fireworks.
No.
I would have. I originally was thinking Christmas, but then I was like, it's just gonna be too cold. Mm-hmm. Like, it's crazy that we got married New Year's Eve, so like, I was like, it's too cold for that. So I was thinking Valentine's Day, even though that's still in the cold part. I was like, everybody's so sappy and lovey, and it's got to be Valentine's Day. And then secondly, I probably would have picked. Yeah, none of those were on my list. Trying to think of a holiday in the summer.
In summer?
Not really 4th of July. I guess Labor Day.
I'm going to say what Fred said.
Maybe
Iowa State Fair.
Yeah. Probably Labor Day.
Fred. Yeah.
So.
Well, I thought you were going to say like Thanksgiving or something. Like another major holiday.
No, nobody could fit into their clothes.
Yeah, that's right. That would be really
Eat themselves out of a dress and tux.
Yeah, that would be a very sad day, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Thank goodness for safety pins. That's all I gotta say. But they probably pop right out, so never mind.
Stretchy pants for us if they include that.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
So, the 5 top holidays listed on weddingwire.com are Labor Day, number 1. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is Columbus Day weekend, which that's October. So, I mean, it follows the trend, I suppose.
Right.
3 is Memorial Day weekend. 4th is 4th of July.
Okay, yeah.
And then 5th is Veterans Day weekend.
Which I feel like...
Isn't that in November?
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of random that people would...
It is, but it's the weekend. So
yeah, well,
if it's set up for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then I see that.
Okay, yeah, I could see that too.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's a good list. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to get into the meat of the topic of marriage. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have a list coming from marriage.com. I thought they would be reputable on marriage.
Okay.
And it's going to give us the top 10 reasons for divorce. And we're going to discuss them one by one, obviously.
Okay.
So we hope to give you good advice from both perspectives. Obviously, your perspective and mine. So first off, what are your top 2 guesses for reasons why people get divorced?
I would say finances and infidelity.
Okay.
Infidelity. Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna go like something simple like that, but then I was like, I'll try to go outside the box a little bit. So, I'm gonna say like resentment. I think is gonna be one.
That's a good one.
And then how about not feeling appreciated? I know that kind of can go into resentment, but it's kind of separate too.
Okay.
So more feelings, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but yours, I think, definitely are probably like the top 2.
Oh yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, let's start off with number 1 then. So infidelity or an extramarital affair. Extramarital affairs are the number 1 reason for divorce and responsible for the 20 to 40% breakdown of most marriages that end in divorce. Anger and resentment are common underlying reasons for cheating, along with differences in sexual appetite and lack of emotional intimacy. And they touched on something there that I've heard my pastor talk about when he's brought up like affairs before, I believe, out of the pulpit. And even when people choose to sleep with somebody else other than their spouse.
Right.
And I think a lot of times it happens with the guy when it goes this way. Maybe it's female way too, but the guys I think get like resentful, or they're not feeling appreciated at home.
Yeah.
So then they get that spark from somebody else, even if it's just, you look nice today.
Right.
And they continually hear it, and if they're not hearing it from home, that's why they tend to drift that way.
Yes, and that's why they tend to look for it somewhere else. I know, I can just say it, but I know from like personal experience, obviously not us just clarifying that, but someone close to me, that did end up happening where the person didn't feel appreciative or That's what they said anyway. And so I can see that, and I can see the resentment in it. But I feel like, it's a two-way street kind of thing. Like,
it really is. And it really depends on the circumstances, because there's an old buddy of mine. I don't even talk to him anymore. I won't put his name out there, but he was busting his butt working 2 jobs.
Right.
That way his wife could stay at home with the kids. Probably not the best situation. I think they were still in an apartment. I mean, I think his kids were twins, if I'm not mistaken. But he's busting his butt working 2 jobs. I think it's overnights and then another one during the day. And come to find out, his wife had cheated on him, I believe, with one of his friends. And then the messed up part in the legal system is she gets...
Right.
I'm just going to say the term because this is what I think of it.
I know what you're thinking, yes.
Vagina-mony.
Yeah.
Not just alimony, but because you're a woman, you're
Right.
going to get alimony no matter what you do.
Yes.
So she wrecked that marriage, and he had to pay child support and all sorts of stuff. And, I mean, he never talked to me about being resentful or anything like that, but like when I said it depends on situations, like what can you expect out of your man when he's working so hard to try to provide? You can't see it from his perspective. You have to be selfish.
Right. And I feel like, which is totally unfair, because, it's not like you're out doing, or that person per se, like, it's not like he was out hanging out with his buddies or something like that. He was actually working his butt off to pay the bills while she got to stay home and eat bonbons. I'm just joking. But stay home, and it's just, I can, maybe some people feel resentment towards their spouse, for whatever reason. And I'm sure it could be lack of time or lack of, just spending that one-on-one time together. But yeah, that's very sad.
Yeah.
Altogether. Yeah.
So that's number 1 and definitely the top of the board. Second, trouble with finances. Why is divorce so common due to financial incompatibility? According to divorce statistics, a final straw reason for divorce is a lack of compatibility in the financial arena, which causes almost 41% of divorces. Luckily, this is something I don't think we've ever had an issue with. Money gets tight here and there, but it's not like I've ever had to worry about you blowing money away just because, or me blowing money just because. Like,
you heard it here first.
Yeah.
No, and and I don't feel, knock on wood, that we've ever had an argument about finances. Like, the whole time that we've been married. Like, if you know me, I love to go out to eat and get me a hamburger. So that's, if I'm going to spend money, I'm going to go get a hamburger. So it's not like I'm spending money on
Prada bags and
random stuff. Like I'm taking my kids to the pool or stuff like that. And I feel like we had this conversation this week.
You'd much rather do it on experiences and stuff, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
I much rather do that. But a note I had on this was different money values and goals. I feel like maybe at some point in their marriage, like I remember when we purchased our first house and we sat down and we did a whole budget thing. We were like, okay, but if we buy a house, we're not going to be able to do this and this and this. So I feel like we really had to get on that same page, even maybe prior we got married. I don't remember.
And along with that, and I'm not throwing shade, so don't get this the right way.
Right.
When we did buy the house, we were thinking we were going to have 2 incomes the entire time, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I do remember you
because we had that discussion. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, just like, I feel like a lot of the reasons why they have trouble with finances is because maybe just lifestyle and expectations don't match. You know, and you can have certain expectations, but that doesn't mean they're always going to get met. And that's fine, you know?
Yeah.
But you just can't, like you always say, like if you know, you have to live within your means. And I know my mother-in-law always says that too. Like, okay, but if you just don't have the money to go do it, just don't go do it. Just wait a little bit longer and, you know,
right.
You have to be on the same page when it comes to finances and be open and communicate about that.
I think it helped with us. We didn't have kids for quite a few years, so we were able just to have both of our incomes and just kind of do things and be comfortable.
Right. But
then now when we had kids, we jumped into the one income, so we had to be a team. It's always been our money. It's not just been yours or mine, separate accounts. No, it's all everybody's money.
Right.
So you really have to rely upon each other, because if I decide to buy this thing for $4,000 or buy a new car without speaking to anybody, and it's going to hurt the whole entire family.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
because the money's not there.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I'm grateful when we first got married. You know, was it like a TJ Maxx card when I used to shop a lot at TJ Maxx before we had kids, I think. So I hope it's okay I'm sharing the story, but I really wanted a TJ Maxx card.
Yes, you did. Yes.
And I remember telling you about it because I could get really good deals, right? And I was always there like every Saturday.
Right.
Again, this was before kids and I had a job. And I remember I talked to you about it one day and you're like, well, you know, let's look at money. And because I never wanted to be that wife, you know, that did stuff behind your back, especially when it came to finances. Just because, as you know, my childhood, like my family struggled a lot with finances. So I never wanted to put that on my kids, you know.
Right.
So I remember talking to you about it. And you weren't like mean or anything. You just told me straight up, like, okay, maybe we can or maybe we can't, but you're going to be the one responsible to pay this off. Like, you're not, like, don't rack yourself in debt or something like that, you said. But it was...
Because it's not like I was going to buy anything on that card.
Right. Because they're like, that's all on you, that kind of thing. And now I'm grateful that I didn't get it. And I think I tell you this, like, oh, I'm so grateful, you know, because anyway. But yeah, just kind of be on the same page and just, you know, if you want some, just talk to your spouse about it. Like, hey, can I buy, you know, or...
And don't get mad if you get told no. But on the other hand, guys, if you're the one doing the finances, don't be that jerk that just buys things without asking, or just buying yourself stuff all the time and not getting anything for everybody else.
Yeah. No, and it's not like you do that. It's, you know, I feel like we're on the same page, and, you know, hey, is it okay? Like, we always check in with each other on that. So I'm very grateful that that's not our problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
The next one is, I'm just kidding. Lack of communication is number 3. Poor communication is one of the biggest reasons for 65% of divorces. So I think actually that's probably going to tie into a lot of things.
Right.
Especially 1 and 2 with the infidelity and affairs, and then trouble with finances. I think a lot of the problems, not even just in marriages, but just in life in general, come because people just don't communicate.
Right.
We just expect people to know what to do, like, or how to do something. Prime example, you get married, you go out, you buy a house. Like, how many people have taught you, like, what the loan process is going to be, or even buying process? I literally had to tell my wonderful realtor, his name is
Robert Eisenhower.
Bob Eisenhower.
Well, that's his real name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure if
Bob,
it's Robert, but I call Bob.
Yep.
Des Moines, Iowa's finest. But anyways, yes. I had to ask him to treat me like a kid. Like, explain this lightly to me. Like, I want you to go through the steps with me because everything else happens. Like, we'll have medical stuff. All right. We had to go through a whole thing with our children with that. We won't do that today. We don't have enough time. But medical bills, like, the explanations of those, insurance, like, none of this stuff gets told to you. You kind of just get thrown into it, and you're expected to swim and not drown.
Right.
So, yeah, lack of communication, I think, is just a big fault for everybody.
Yeah, and when you said that about, explain it to me like I'm 5 years old or whatever, that kind of reminded me of Michael Scott when he was like, now explain it to me.
That's exactly why I said it.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, but also, a thing that I wrote down with this, it can also lead to growing apart. And I feel, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's on our list.
That's okay. Just go for it.
But I feel like it can also be a reason, lack of communication. Like, you're supposed to always be checking in with your spouse. I feel like that's very important. Like, I'll call you and I'll say, hey, I'm just checking in. Or you'll call me, hey, I'm just checking in. And we talk all the time during the day. And then when we're home, we chat, or we like to sit in silence sometimes.
Silence is also nice, too.
Yes, and just kind of decompress that way. But we talk all day. Like, maybe you're the only person I call. But I feel like growing apart is a big factor into that.
Lack of communication.
Yes, because then you just stop talking. You stop checking in.
You just become roommates at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could be a very hard, season or part of marriage to get out of, because then you kind of have to, I don't know, maybe
take baby steps and learn how to do it all over again.
Right, like kind of start dating all over again.
Yeah.
Just
interesting.
Yeah.
Number 4 is constant arguing. I think we're doing really good in this so far. Many find it hard to see other people's point of view, which leads to a lot of arguments without ever coming to a resolution. This can ultimately be a cause of divorce for 57.7% of couples. I kind of feel like these percentages are off, but I digress. I know when we got married, I wanted to use the example of my parents. I never saw them fight or scream. Cuss out each other, none of that stuff. Never saw it once in my life.
Right. And
that was going to be my goal in my life, was not to do that. And thank goodness and thank God we haven't to this point. No. Disagreements, of course, that's always going to happen with two separate people. But no, we haven't had shouting matches and arguments and putting hands on each other.
Fist fights or nothing like that. And
no. Yeah. So I can't offer you advice on that.
No. And I do also remember, we were driving somewhere when we were engaged, and I remember you told me some guy, wherever was it maybe Diamond Crystal when we got engaged? Was it Diamond Crystal?
Maybe it was.
Okay. And he said something to you of the effect of, like, marriage is what you make it. Was it? Do you know who that was?
Yes, it was a guy I used to work with, and he told me to always just treat your marriage like it's, obviously this person you're going to get married to is your best friend, so always treat marriage like they're your best friend the entire time. Like, it should never change from that.
Right.
I remember him telling me that. Sadly, he did get divorced.
Oh, whoops. Well,
I did not share that with you, but yes, he did.
If there was one good piece of advice he gave you, was that, because I remember, like, you said we were gonna, like, make it a priority and, like, purpose in our hearts to be respectful and not argue or try not to have arguments in front of the kids. I felt like that was very important for me. Yes, we'll have disagreements, but then, we make up and we move on. Right. Because something else that I remember our pastor talking to us about it, like, is this going to matter in 5 years from now? Is this going to matter 10 years from now?
Right.
Like, just talk about it and move on. Like, be a grown up about it. I guess it's kind of my
and don't let your if you guys have arguments or issues, don't let that stuff sit and settle and stay there for a while, you should really just take care of it before the day's over.
Right.
Never go to bed mad.
Right.
That's the easy way of saying that.
It's okay to, and I like that you do this, and it's probably a really good example for other people. So whoever's listening, and if you're mad at your wife, take a second, take a breather. You like to sit and think on things, I feel like, whereas I like to solve, if there's an issue, I like to solve it right away. I do not, prime example, a story.
Press. Yeah, you'll press.
And I just are you okay? Are you okay? And you're like, I just need a second, and you need to think about what you say, which is very smart,
Yes, because I don't know if you know this a lot, but I think if I just let my mouth run, which I don't even in normal life to other people, I'm always just quiet and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I could really dig into people and hurt people if I actually said what I was possibly about this, think,
yes.
Or if I was going to say what I was thinking.
Yes.
So then it's just that's not right. Calm down. Don't be a retard. Don't be an idiot, and just
don't be a Todd.
Chill out, and then
yes,
come back. Yes.
Yes, and that's why I like that you just take a chill pill for a sec, go to the other room, or if you need a second, whatever, and then we can calmly, as best as we can, take care of the problem, and then we're fine after that. Then we're best friends again. Yay! And then I'll end it with, do you still love me? And you'll say, yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway.
All right, let's jump to number 5. Okay. Probably going to be a very sore subject for a lot of people here in America. Us in America, we're a bunch of fatties. So number 5 is weight gain. It may seem odd, but weight gain is also one of the leading causes of divorce. In some cases, a significant amount of weight gain causes the other spouse to become less physically attracted to the other, while for others, weight gain takes a toll on their self-esteem, which trickles into issues with intimacy and can even become a cause of divorce. And from my experience, we're not going to get too deep with us, but for my experience, I started out purposing this year to work out, and I've consistently been doing it. There's been 2 reasons. First reason is it was the heaviest I have ever been. I was turning into a pudding pop or Go-Gurt tubes, just busting at the seams. But it was the heaviest I've ever been, so I didn't feel good about myself. So therefore, if I'm not feeling good about myself, I know others aren't thinking that great about me either. So I did not like that one bit. And then secondly was, and I said it on the resolutions podcast, and it's true, I wanted to get stronger. I didn't want to be a weak man. I don't want to be... so many dudes nowadays, I don't even know if they can get off the couch or run a mile. If anything was ever going to happen to my family, could I do anything about it other than wheeze and pull my back?
Yeah.
So that was the second part of why I decided to work out. And I'm very happy I chose to go that route this year. I wish I could have started last year until the back fiasco. But, yeah. It's been a good positive change for me, I will say. So, guys, get off the couch, do something with your life. If I can get up early with all the stuff that I'm doing, you can too. Plus, it'll make your wife find you more attractive. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, I think you're hot anyway. I always tell people, oh, my husband's so hot. Anyway, and no, I still find you attractive, but yes, you do look great, and you looked great then, and you look great now.
Okay.
Anyway,
we're not supposed to be lying on the show, but anyways,
whatever. Well, you motivated me to work out, And I was also doing it for my health because, as some of you know, I was having some health issues, but praise God, I've been doing great. And so I just kind of thought, maybe if I get myself moving, and I've been working out since January. You don't see it yet, but I'll get there, So, I thought, well, RJ's working out, so I need to work out.
And you're doing it with 2 toddlers around you and a dog. A needy dog.
Yeah, Cooper is very needy. Very needy. It's
like having a baby around. But anyways.
Yes. And so, you motivated me to work out. And I kind of just wanted to see if I could bounce back to my pre-baby weight. Like with Shumara I did. And I feel like with Cole I did, because I was also breastfeeding, and that helped a lot. A lot. Because I wasn't working out, at that point either. But, when I started, like, oh my goodness, it was, like, I couldn't even do a sit-up. Remember I told you, I was like, oh, I can't do a sit-up. My back hurts so bad. And I could not lift myself up from the floor. Like, it was just so bad.
Hopefully I'm using the right word, but everything atrophies. Like, everything just gets settled and it doesn't get used anymore.
Right. Well, and
it hurts.
and I had my 2 C-sections, so I had to rebuild my core, re-strengthen my core, whatever you call it. And this morning we went on a run together, and, I'm like, oh, I have to, in my mind, I'm like, I have to do this for my kids, my husband, but also for myself. And I felt great. Like, it kicked my butt, but I felt great, during the day. And, anyway, I guess I don't really know of anybody getting divorced because of weight gain.
I'm sure that kind of leads into other things, like maybe an affair because they don't find their wife or their husband attractive anymore, so they probably get their eyes oogling and ogling somewhere else. I'm sure.
Which you shouldn't do.
No, you really shouldn't. Get yourself in trouble.
Yes. But yeah, I didn't really have much of a note on that. But you did motivate me to start working out. And
good.
Yeah, I've been doing it since January. Probably not as consistent as you are, but I've worked out every day this week.
Even on the days that you don't do something, tomorrow's a new day and you can start all over again.
Right. My hope is to go on a walk or on a run. And
good.
Yeah. So we'll see about that.
Number 6. You ready?
Yes.
Unrealistic expectations. These expectations can put a lot of strain on the other person, leaving you feeling let down, and setting your spouse up for failure. Faulty expectation setting can become one of the reasons for divorce. So, making it simple, more or less, you think marriage is going to be one amazing rainbow unicorn poop, and it turns out to be a zombie trying to eat you. Like, unrealistic expectations.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like, yes, you can have all these expectations, but it's not, marriage is hard. It's not all that, like, it's not like glitter and rainbows and
makes me wonder if
that.
anybody, like how I was talking about how we get put into these situations, we have to figure out this stuff while we're thrown in the middle of it. So maybe these people, maybe not all of them, but maybe they were never talked to and explained how things would be.
Right.
Yeah, because, you'll always have an expectation of marriage, but if you never know that you're going to have to learn to, like, go with the change of things, then you're going to be doomed to fail.
I did, where did I? Oh, yes, I did make a note that, I'm so grateful that we did have, like,
premarital counseling?
Yes. Because it does, we hit some topics that I wouldn't necessarily want to talk to you about, or vice versa maybe, or would have thought, oh, I should ask him this, or stuff like that. And I feel like that was very helpful. And I still have those papers till this day, so I like to look back at them from time to time. And it just kind of helps you to, okay, like, this is the person I'm marrying, like, and of course, when you're dating, you kind of put on a facade.
Not kind of.
Yeah,
you do,
like, you know, you're so nice.
Even like
and
the
all of
first
that and,
couple years of marriage, I feel like you do too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get to slowly meet the, you know, person that you.
And then there's this fine line where you take off the facade and then you become too comfortable. And I feel like sometimes being too comfortable is not good either. I feel like you should put on a little facade. Like, the best way to describe this, somebody is literally sitting on the couch, farting in front of you, picking their nose, like all the time, constantly. But like, you never get any of the classy dress up of the other person. And, which is nice to see. Vice
like
versa,
getting
right?
lazy or stuff like that.
Right.
Like not wanting to, quote unquote, what people say, like date your spouse. That's kind of what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like you should always keep dating.
And obviously, if you're with the kids the 11 hours that I'm working, you know, we're not always going to be up for that kind of thing. But every once in a while, it's nice to see somebody dressed up.
Well, yeah. And, you know, I always tell you, too, like, by the time you get home, I'm usually in my pajamas because it's so late.
Yep.
No offense. I don't really want to.
Why stay up in your makeup and everything till 8 o'clock at night? Yeah.
Right. Like, I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes.
I would be in bed already.
Yes.
That's how bad of a spouse I am.
No, you're good.
Number 7, lack of intimacy. And we aren't just talking about the physical here. All right. So we're making your relationship intimate and special is the responsibility of both partners. Practice little acts of kindness, appreciation, and enjoy physical intimacy as much as possible to sweeten your relationship.
Right. And I feel like this kind of goes back with the whole dating thing. Like, never stop dating your spouse. Like, and, you know, our pastor says that all the time, too. Like, you know, he calls his wife his girlfriend, which I think is very sweet. Or his honey or whatever he calls her. Something like that, right? And I feel like with this, something that I try to do, and I don't do this all the time, but I really try to from time to time. For example, ladies, like little notes on your lunchbox or something like that. Or I'll send you a sweet text. Or I'm like a goofy whatever person in our relationship. You know, I like to prank you a lot. I'll send you messages on Facebook or
which we need to get an idea going. I literally just thought of because whenever you leave me notes in my lunchbox, they usually get wet and then it wants to like break down.
Yeah.
So we should find out something that you can make edible messages. So as soon as I can read it, I can just eat it and it's gone. It's done. Then you don't feel bad for throwing it away or.
Yeah. Oh, don't feel bad.
Edible
just throw
messages.
It away.
I mean, I do eventually,
okay,
yeah. But I can't leave it in there because then the ink gets all over the place and the paper wants to shred. So
right,
yeah.
That or I've done like sticky notes when you wake up like super early, crack it down or something. I don't know if you remember.
All day, every day.
Well, yeah. But the whole sticky notes thing, like I'll put one in the bathroom. I think I've put one in the shower, like in your dresser, you know. Just stuff like that. And I feel like that, again, goes with never stop dating each other, never stop being kind and respectful to each other. I don't feel like I've ever yelled at you, which... I
don't think so.
No, like, you know, and it's just be respectful, be kind, because if you really love that person, you would do everything that you can or would want to obviously show that to the person. Sorry, go ahead.
And as a guy, you know, it's not always the easiest for guys to always open up with some things, but your wife, I'm sure, doesn't ask the world of you. So men, if you're just like me, you know, do open up from time to time. Give your wife what she needs.
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah.
Or just let her go to Lowe's and shop at the flower shop place thing.
Well, that's not the intimacy part.
I know, I'm just saying.
Huh.
Yeah. Just throwing that out there.
Number 8, lack of equality. When one partner feels that they take on more responsibility in the marriage, it can alter the view of the other person and lead to resentment.
Mm-hmm.
So my easy answer is just, you guys know your roles. Stay in your roles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to take theirs. That's when you have problems.
Yes. And, I have a note. Like, this comes back to lack of communication. I feel like that's what I have on my note. But, as a stay-at-home mom, too, at first, especially with Xiomara, and I'm so grateful for my friend group because, they've been through it and stuff like that. Like, and I would talk to, for example, like, Miss Sarah about it a lot. I talk to her about a lot of things. And, she always gives me great advice. But I remember, like, you work 2 jobs, and you drove semi and then you worked at Lowe's.
Don't say the driving company.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And so it was hard because you were gone and I was just at home with the kids. And I did speak to you about that. Like, I had a really hard time, like, here I am raising these kids by myself. And from time to time, I'll have a hard time. But then I have to remember kind of, like, go back, and gather my thoughts, and just kind of collect myself a little bit. And where did I want to go with this? Sorry. It's not like you were going out and doing something fun. Like, you were working and you were providing for us. And I just listened to this really good podcast. I was actually listening to it, like, before you got home. From Ellie Bethstucky. Is that how you pronounce her last name? Stacky?
Allie Beth Stuckey.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. So it talks about just like it talks about a lot of the reasons why people get divorced, and then it talks about like godliness and like how God intended marriages to be. But it's episode 1227. So if you want to listen to it, you should really listen to it. It's a really good episode. And I feel like she also talks about like a lot about resentment and how that could affect marriages and stay-at-home moms and stuff like that. But anyways, I struggled a lot with that. And I remember, I think maybe it was Sarah that told me this. So Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong. But you did say maybe it was Sarah, but she said something about like, this is maybe just like a season in your life, and like this too shall pass, like, and that's true. And because I was just always alone, and I don't like being alone. I'm not like we said, like a stay-at-home mom kind of thing. Like, I like to be, I'm an extrovert. Is that the word I want to use? Yeah. And so I kind of just learned to deal with that. But, now I'm just like, okay, this is just a season in my life, and these are the responsibilities that I have, and I just have to make it work. And I figured out how to make it work, which, thank God. And anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm so sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Well, whenever you were talking about the whole me having to work 2 jobs situation, the one part I think that people don't think about is in those situations when things are happening is the view of the other person. So the one thing I don't think you necessarily got to understand, like you did eventually because you'd see this happen.
Right.
But I was missing my family the entire time, and I knew I was missing out on literally everything because I was working and sleeping.
Right.
And then you would see me finally break after like a couple of months and just cry and sob on the end of my bed because it was literally me working, going to bed, not seeing my daughter that I had at the time for like a straight year, and then seeing her on the weekends, and then feeling very selfish and guilty because I needed rest.
Right.
So then sometimes I wouldn't take it, but then there was times like I had no choice. I had to take it, and then I'd cry over not seeing my family. So like when it comes to like situations, try to put yourself in the other person's shoe.
Right. And give them grace because they're probably just doing the best that they can. And this too shall pass.
Not being prepared for marriage. I mean, I feel like this guy had to go with unrealistic expectations a little bit, but a surprising proportion of 75% of couples of all ages have blamed not being prepared for married life for the demise of their relationship. Divorce rates are highest among couples in their 20s. Lack of preparation, is one of the most common reasons for divorce. Almost half the divorces occur in the first 10 years of marriage, especially between the 4th and 8th anniversary. So I think this also goes back to unrealistic expectations, but also not being prepared. I mean, there's just some people you just know aren't emotionally prepared to get married. They just aren't set up financially. And, I feel like, those type of people, like, if they did get married, it'd be like throwing them in the ocean. They're not gonna make it.
Right.
So, that's all I got.
Takes a lot of maturity, maybe. Well, I did get married really young. So, but anyway, just... Yeah, and that's why I feel like with this, I'm grateful for that counseling, that
premarital counseling.
Thank you. It's a language barrier. That we had, because it just, it just helped a lot, and it gave me things to think about. And anyone who's thinking even about getting married, you should really look into that and find yourself a pastor and
get yourself in church first.
Yes.
Number 10, and the last one is physical and emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. Physical or emotional abuse is a sad reality for some couples and contributes to 23.5% of divorces. I've got nothing for you.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I know someone who got.
If it's happening to you, just get out.
Yeah.
The one story I'll say is somebody came to my grandpa. She had been beaten up by her boyfriend, and I think this was an ongoing thing that happened every so often. And she finally came to him, and he said, point blank, he said, "Are you ready to do something about it? Mm-hmm. Are you going to call the cops?" And she said no. And he's like, "Well, go ahead and go back and get beat up some more until you're ready to do it." So that's the only advice I got. Take care of the situation. If you're not going to take care of it, then go get thumped some more. Can't help you.
Because if it happens once, it's going to happen again. More than likely.
More than likely.
Yes, I agree. I don't really have anything for that, honestly.
And that was our list of 10. Good job out of you.
Oh, thanks.
You ready to jump into the wild card?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
And welcome to this week's segment of the Wild Card.
So this week's question was sent in from a listener, and you know who you are. Thank you very much. Thank you for your submission. So the question we have is, if you could give a superpower to your children or loved one, what would it be and why?
Do you want to go first?
I sure can.
Okay.
So first, I would say I would just do this for my children, and my first answer would be healing right off the top. Mm-hmm. Anything happens to them, they could just heal. That's the biggest worry for me as their parent, is just making sure that they're healthy. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, let's make it a little more fun. Mm-hmm. So with my daughter, it'd be letting her communicate to animals. She is really taking on the animals, and she is loving animals. Yeah. So I think that would be very fun for her. And then my son, I mean, I don't know. He's a typical 2-year-old boy. He loves to play around. He loves to do stuff. I guess I'd give him mind control. Let him go crazy. It'd be scary, but
let
him just do what he wants, yes. I guess.
Well, no, I think those are great.
No, you know what? I'll let him fly, because he's a 2-year-old kid, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to be rambunctious anyways. Let him fly. That
would be pretty cool.
What about you?
So I wrote a couple of things down, but the first one I wrote down, I said, everything and anything Clark Kent has. It's a joke for those of you that don't know. Okay, I love that show. Anyway, but that'd be a lot of work for my children. I just said my children. I didn't really pick any of them specifically like you did. I thought...
That's why I'm the better parent.
Thanks. So, let us know in the comments below who you think the better parent is, please. Anyway, just joking. I thought photographic memory would be pretty cool to have.
I wish I could have photographic memory.
Like, and I was thinking about the show that we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
But you could just think things.
Pull things
or,
up.
yeah, out of your brain. Super quick. I thought that would be pretty neat. Kids would be, like, super smart. The second thing, I guess I wrote two things, sorry. Time manipulation. Like pausing and rewinding back. Yeah, see, I'm the cooler parent. Just joking.
I'd get all my time back with my babies and they'd stay my babies
Right,
forever.
right. Like, or you can, pause time. Bottle up the
just
sweet
go
moments.
back. We'll go back and we'll just relive them over and over and over again.
Oh, okay. And I just thought it'd be cool. And they'd be able to, relive things or fix mistakes. They will make mistakes. They have probably made mistakes. And it would give them extra time to make better decisions. That's what I wrote down. So
that's wisdom.
Time manipulation.
Time travel.
Yeah, or is that what you call it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, if they could have the whole package of Clark Kent, that would be pretty cool. Because what does he do? He laser eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He flies.
Mm-hmm.
He runs super fast.
Mm-hmm. Super strong.
Super strong.
He can heal.
Can he heal?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't remember
because the sun keeps him healed.
Oh.
And he has super hearing.
Oh, yes. Oh, I don't know if I'd want to well, I guess I would want to eavesdrop in people's conversation. Anyway.
Let's be real.
Okay.
You would want to.
Okay, yeah, maybe. But yes, that would be cool. So I gave you a couple of answers there, but
I like it.
yeah, thanks.
Is there anything else you want to drop on us before we get out of here?
I think that's it for me.
Sounds good to me. Well, thank you for jumping in the hot seat this week. Yes. And we will have one more week without Fred next week. So we'll have to see who the special guest is next week.
I wonder. But yes, thanks for having me. I enjoy it.
It was a good time.
It's a one-on-one time.
Thank you for listening once again to This Is the Day Show. Don't forget to stand.
Thank you.
You nailed it.
Ah!